When people talk about Conor McGregor, they usually remember the trash talk, the knockouts, the money, the fame, and the legendary walkouts. But there is one fight that showed something completely different. Not just confidence, not just power, not just the famous left hand. This fight showed Conor McGregor's heart, because on this night, Conor McGregor didn't just fight Nate Diaz. He fought exhaustion, he fought pressure, he fought blood, he fought doubt, and maybe most importantly, he fought the memory of his first loss to Nate Diaz. This was not just a rematch, this was revenge, this was war. This was Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2, one of the most brutal, dramatic, and bloody fights in UFC history. This was the kind of fight that changes a fighter forever. To understand why this fight was so intense, you have to remember what happened in their first meeting. Conor McGregor came into the first fight like a superstar. He was already the biggest name in MMA, full of confidence, full of energy, and ready to destroy anyone standing in front of him. But Nate Diaz was different. Nate was not scared. Nate did not care about Conor's fame. Nate did not care about his money, his suits, his predictions, or his trash talk. Nate Diaz came in on short notice, took Conor's best shots, smiled through the damage, and then shocked the world by submitting him in the second round. For the first time in the UFC, Conor McGregor looked human. And after that loss, people started asking questions. Was Conor overrated? Did he have bad cardio? Could he survive at welterweight? Was Nate Diaz simply too tough, too durable, and too dangerous for him? So when the rematch was made, everything was on the line. Conor's reputation, his pride, his superstar image, his place in UFC history. He had to prove that the first fight was not the end of the story. But Nate Diaz came into the second fight with huge confidence. He already knew he could hurt Conor. He already knew he could break him. And he already knew that if the fight got ugly, bloody, and exhausting, that was exactly his world. That is where Nate Diaz is most dangerous. Round 1 belongs to Conor McGregor, but already you can feel the danger. Because against Nate Diaz, winning the early rounds is not enough. You have to survive the storm that comes later. Round 2, the war begins. In round 2, Conor continues to look sharp. He lands more clean shots. He drops Nate again. The leg kicks keep damaging Diaz, and Conor's left hand keeps finding the target. But Nate Diaz is one of the toughest fighters in UFC history. The more you hit him, the more he seems to wake up.
Right now, all Conor McGregor's. 19 and counting with the leg kicks.
Oh, he heard it
again. Conor feels it. Wouldn't it be something if he stops him in round 2, which is when Diaz defeated him 5.5 months ago.
Hard shots of Conor.
Only 2 men have stopped Nate Diaz. Josh Thompson in 2000.
Relax,
Just not able to get in the flow, not able to get success with anything yet.
Left hook is it? Okay. On the legs.
John Kavanaugh.
There we
Again,
go.
beautiful.
No, hands on.
So far, just a perfect.
Preparation for this rematch. Obsessed every single day.
And again,
Waiting for tonight.
standing right in front of Nate and outboxing him here. Again with the leg kick. Nate putting pressure on him. He senses Conor slowing down.
Diaz trying to score here.
Nate moving forward. Oh, he's
Good
landing.
combination.
Conor's moving away now. Nate is sensing Conor McGregor getting tired, and he's starting to put pressure on Conor.
Which is what happened in the first fight. Diaz pushing forward here, just over a minute on the clock. In the second, Conor goes body. Nate trying to open up.
Nate put pressure on him.
Blocks him. And again. Big combination. We have ourselves a fight.
And slowly, the fight begins to change. Nate starts pushing forward harder, He starts talking, he starts pointing, he starts landing punches and combinations. And this is where the fight becomes dangerous for Conor. Because Nate Diaz does not need one perfect shot. He breaks fighters with volume. One punch, then another, then a slap, then pressure against the cage, then another combination. He makes you tired. He makes you uncomfortable. He makes you feel like the fight will never end.
Is awesome.
By the end of the second round, Conor is still winning, but he is starting to breathe heavily. And for every Conor McGregor fan watching, the fear begins to return. Because this is exactly what happened in the first fight. Conor started strong. Nate survived. Then Nate took over. And now, in the second fight, it looks like the same nightmare might be happening again. Round 3, Nate Diaz turns the fight into hell. Round 3 is where this fight becomes legendary. This is not clean MMA anymore. This is not a technical striking match. This is survival. Nate Diaz starts taking over. He pushes Conor back. He traps him against the fence. He lands punches. He lands elbows. He talks to him. He bleeds, but he smiles. And Conor looks tired. Very tired. His mouth is open. His movement slows down. His shots do not have the same power, and Nate can feel it. That is the scariest thing about fighting Nate Diaz. He can smell when you are tired. And when he sees weakness, he walks forward like a zombie from a nightmare. Conor tries to move away, tries to reset, tries to catch his breath, but Nate keeps coming. The crowd is going crazy. Nate's face is covered in blood. Conor is exhausted. Both men are throwing punches, missing, landing, clinching, bleeding, and refusing to quit. This round is brutal. It looks like Nate is breaking Conor again. And for a moment, everyone is thinking the same thing. Is history repeating itself? Is Nate Diaz about to finish Conor McGregor again? But this time, Conor does something different. He survives. He does not panic. He does not give up his neck. He does not collapse under pressure. He takes the punishment, circles away, and makes it to the end of the round. That was huge. Because sometimes in fighting, surviving a bad round is just as important as winning a good one.
Nate Diaz looking to finish it right here, right now. Body.
Tremendous pressure by Nate Diaz.
This was the beginning of the end in the first matchup.
But Conor's doing a much better job of defending in this round. Oh, nasty shot to the body.
Big trouble for McGregor. Final seconds of the round. Just trying to survive.
Wow. Huge round for Nate Diaz.
Round 4, Conor shows his heart. Round 4 may be the most important round of the entire fight. Conor McGregor could have broken here. After round 3, many fighters would mentally collapse. They would remember the first loss. They would feel the exhaustion. They would hear Nate talking. They would see the blood. They would feel the pressure. But Conor comes out in round 4 and shows something many people did not expect. Discipline, heart, and championship mentality. He goes back to his game plan. He moves better. He uses his kicks. He picks his shots. He does not waste energy chasing the knockout. Instead, he fights smart. This is not the wild Conor from the first fight. This is a more mature Conor. A Conor who understands that winning this fight is more important than looking perfect. Nate is still dangerous, of course. He keeps pushing forward, keeps throwing punches, keeps trying to drag Conor into another war. But Conor lands cleaner shots in this round. He controls more of the exchanges. He shows that even when he is tired, he can still think, still adjust, and still fight. This round is massive because it changes the story. After round 3, it looked like Nate was taking over. But round 4 reminds everyone that Conor is still there, still dangerous, still fighting, still refusing to lose.
Wonderful when the fight is like the one we're watching right now, Joe.
Absolutely.
Rip.
Well, a good hard left hand over the top.
30 seconds on the clock here in round 4. Slip.
Look at this nasty counter left hand by Conor McGregor, and then a right hand behind it.
And then we get to round 5, the final round. Both men are exhausted, both men are damaged, both men know the fight is close. Conor knows he cannot relax. Nate knows he can still steal it. The crowd knows they are watching something special. This is the kind of 5th round that separates fighters from legends. Nate Diaz pushes forward again. He wants chaos. He wants the clinch. He wants to trap Conor against the cage. He wants to drown him in pressure. Conor tries to stay smart, but at this point, technique is mixed with survival. There is blood, there is sweat, there is exhaustion. There are punches landing from both sides. Neither man is fresh, neither man is comfortable, but neither man is quitting. Nate has moments where he pressures Conor hard, especially against the cage. He throws punches, knees, and dirty boxing. He tries to make the round ugly. Conor answers with movement, counters, and moments of cleaner striking. The fight is so close, so emotional, and so violent that every exchange feels important. Every punch could change the decision. Every moment matters. And when the final horn sounds, both fighters have given everything. Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz have just completed 5 rounds of absolute war. No easy way out, no quick finish. No excuses. Just 2 fighters standing in the middle of one of the greatest battles the UFC has ever seen.
Beautiful takedown by Nate Diaz.
In the final seconds of the 5th round. Could be huge on the judges' scorecards.
Wow. What a fight.
The decision. When the fight ends, nobody is completely sure who won. Conor had the early knockdowns, Nate had the pressure. Conor landed the cleaner shots. Nate had the volume and the clinch work. It was close, it was bloody, it was controversial to some fans.
With the stand up, with that straight left, and with the left leg kick. There's a nice elbow by Diaz. Somewhere around the 3rd round.
But the judges gave the victory to Conor McGregor by majority decision. And whether you agree with the scorecards or not, one thing is impossible to deny. Conor McGregor proved something that night. He proved he could come back from defeat. He proved he could survive deep waters. He proved he could fight 5 hard rounds against one of the toughest fighters alive.